Hello. So this is how you can come in here. So both of my kings are up. The Duke is up, and also Carson, my son, is in his name. He's up too, and he is very hungry. And so I'm cooking, so I have to keep this video on a time limit because they are hungry, and I am going to feed them. So this is how the wax turned out. It's two-toned. This is Taylor's. So this is her glass that she left here. Huh?
Call him the Duke?
Yes. Dookie man.
Oh,
Duke.
I thought you meant like actual Duke.
Yes, the Duke. It can be broken down. Dookie man, the Duke, and the leader. Big Duke. Never the little one because he wants to be big now. So pink and then blue. And then we got some sparkles on there. So Carson inspired those sparkles because he had a candle that had sparkles. And he was like, you should probably put sparkles on your own. Looks very simple. And we watched it melt down because we do candle therapy. So we watch it. We watch the blaze of it. And then it melted down into its liquid form. And it was nice. Now the two-tone, I kind of learned from other women across the world that was doing it. And so two-tone. And then we know this is the pink. The blue is going to represent that balance. So rose and then balance. And then here's the other one. And it is sitting on the lemon because we want those hours and minutes. That we sow to add up to a great hour. And this is how that one turned out. It's two-tone, pink, blue, and then look at the chips down in it. So pretty cool. Carson, my son, is in his name. He's like, can you please hurry up? He ready to get into his food and his breakfast. All right, so that's what came out of that hour. And also the bell. I know y'all probably like, now why she got that bell? Because we go by minutes an hour in the spiritual realm. That's what we practice underneath this house in this governing. And this bell, you also have a chess clock when you're playing the game of chess. And we know that in meditation, a bell it interacts with our temple. And it sends signals and vibrations. A chess clock is a device that compromises two adjacent clocks with buttons to stop one clock while starting the other, so that the two clocks never run simultaneously. The clocks are used in games where the time is allocated between two parties. Yes, you can. Within two parties. The purpose is to keep track of all of the total time each party takes and prevent delays. Parties may take more or less time over any individual move. Seeds, the wheel in the middle of the wheel. Got like a grandfather clock. Indigenous people, because remember we are practicing indigenous love. Indigenous people do not understand time in early. Instead, they perceive it in a circular manner. So it is perceived and predicted in a circular manner. In a circular manner. We know manna was food given down from God. So that was not a mistake. Manna, man. Those very seeds can teach us manners, that rules that falls underneath the house of the governor. So indigenous people do not understand time in early stages of life. So sometimes that measurement does not go with the world's time. But inwardly, you can perceive that time. Sowing those seeds and figuring out what you want in a circular manner, where past, present, future, and all are one. So even though we have permission to group things, set stuff apart, we have to remember that everything ultimately works as a whole. So we may have a seed, and we may place that outside of the seed. But in that time of that grandfather, that forefather clock, it's for reasoning, and it's all going to work together. So they can intercede, and they can be brought out, and we can orbit around it. Now, all of these games have a table. Chess has a table. Checkers has a table. Within these tables, chess, white and black, equals checkmate. The king is in check. He is in alignment, and he is imbalanced. Checkers is a strategy board game to outmaneuver your opponent. Remember, there's different colors there, red and black. Checkers, you got white and black. The yin and the yang, and the balance of the enlightenment of the darkness. Red and black. We know red is new beginnings. So red, new beginnings, that into those dark areas to enlighten them. And also, after all of this, and we finish eating our breakfast, because my two sons are up and they're hungry, and you may hear them, but that's their energy and their vibrations of my sons that are up this morning. So they did rise, and they did set, and they are ready to eat, and we are going to feed them. So yes, these are those two tables and those colors that I was talking about here in my very own coloring book that is very magical. I'm able to write in this book. So they gave me pages here. So yeah. So I am going to do some coloring on the rug here, feeling the energy and stuff. Right now we are working on this page to the flames. So I'm just gonna fill in some of that there. Very beautiful. And I told you my books are magical. Look at the checkerboard floor. Look at the lotus flower. The flame. And there is many other hidden wonders on this page in this room. The flame rug. You can also spell flaw if you turn that M upside down, it can spell flaw, but we know it's a flame. And sometimes our flaw give light to us. Did y'all just hear the Duke say, "Oh my God"? Yes, Pam, what we on. So again, my son is up. The girls are with their grandmother at this time, but they are subscribed, so they will see this video. So they're with their grandmother at this time, but they are still here with us. This is Taylor's glass bowl that she just used to put knickknacks in. And the wax and gibbous moon, that is our light that is going to guide us in our dark areas. It's our moon. Wax and gibbous. This is wax. Got the wick down in there that's going to burn. And also the girls' room is pink. Their door on there is pink. So I'm here with my sons, and my girls are with their grandmother. And the 5th generation baby, Olivia, she's with her great grandmother.
Why is it so far? Marcus, yo, you're right there.
And afterwards, I am also going to play one of my favorite games, and I'm going to be here in my meditative on my rug, chilling, eating, being with my sons, connecting with my daughters, because I still feel their energy as they are with their grandmother. And so I'm going to play a game of solitary. Solitary is a game where you use up all one's cards. So these are my cards, and I'm going to use all of them while forming particular arrangements, sequences. And solitary is outside of the meaning of the card game. Solitary means eternal love and commitment. So as you play the game and you align them, you know that they have to go into a sequence of how certain things fall. That's just the rule of the game. And you have to match it up. And sometimes I get wins and sometimes I get loses. But it's all about strategy and understanding that when you play the game of life, you will have some wins and some losses. But ultimately, it's just supposed to be fun. So yeah, again, this is how the candle turned out. Add to these things and replenish. So that's what we're doing. It's all love. Keeping those seeds replenished. Keeping that wheel functional, even when life gives us sour. We may have to get those seeds out in orbit, on that orbit. On that time, indigenous time, in. Sometimes you're gonna have to work with the clock, and sometimes you're gonna have to work around the clock. It's all for purpose.
Oh my God,
So,
I keep going punching you. Oh my God. Oh.
chess,
Oh.
checkmate.
Oh. What? No, I'm missed.
We are in alignment.
I'm missed. I'm cut. I'm cut. Listen, look at that.
Imbalance equals alignment. Keep that flame. Even if it's a flaw that ignites it. God is awesome. Hugs and kisses.